Hello everyone, as you all know that Infosys has conducted an online campus placement at Guru Jambheshwar University of Science and Technology Hisar that held on 27th and 28th of January for the roles of specialist programmers, that is roles of SC and digital specialist engineer DSC roles. First day, that is 27th of January, was the DSA round, and second day, that is 28th of January, was the interview round. Infosys offered highly competitive packages: L3 21 LPA, L2 16 LPA, and L1 11 LPA and 7 LPA for DSC roles. From Guru Jambheshwar University of Science and Technology Hisar, in total 174 students appeared for the DSA round, out of which 34 were selected for the next interview round. On 28th of January, after the interview process, in total 12 students were selected, out of which 10 were selected for the DSC roles and 2 were selected for the L1 role, which offered 11 LPA packages.
Hello everyone. The most important part of a specialist programmer interview is the data structures and algorithms section. Most interviews begin with the DSA problem, typically at a medium level, similar to standard late code style questions. After solving the question, you must be able to clearly explain your approach step by step, analyze and present the time and space complexity, discuss alternative solutions, highlight the most optimized approach. In addition to DSA, you should be prepared to discuss your projects in detail, covering every aspect of their design, implementation, and outcomes. Interviewers also commonly ask about SQL queries and DBMS concepts, so a solid understanding of these is also essential.
We all focus on doing DSA, but skips one of the most important fact, that is doing revision. Because you are studying DSA and not doing revision, then ultimately your all the concept that you have learned previously will be lost and you will forget everything. So even I have talked with some of the juniors of second year, and even I was junior when I was in second year. I faced one important problem, that is I studied DSA, then minors examinations came, then majors examination came, then events came, activities came, seminars came, webinars came. Our consistency of DSA broken. Then again we start from the array or loops, again minor exam, again major exams, then again we come from the same array. So this is the never-ending infinite loop where most of the students get caught. So I will tell you the most practical approach of overcoming this infinite loop. First thing, whenever you study DSA, make proper notes. The notes should be short and crispy. Second thing, you have to do weekly or bi-weekly revision of the old concept that you have studied. And by the term revision, I mean that you have to dry run the code in your copy pen, and you have to use two different inputs, minimum two different inputs for the dry run. And I bet you, if you follow this study and revision cycle, all the DSA concepts will be faded in your brain and DSA will be piece of cake for you. That's it. Work hard, never give up.
So basically, my interview was a bit different from others. After testing my coding skills, the interview focused more on the non-technical part of my resume. I had been involved in various clubs, events, and the Iconic Society, which really caught his attention too. Most of the discussion revolved around my roles, responsibilities, and learning from those experiences. One key takeaway from my interview is that it completely depends on your resume. Whatever you write there, you should have actually done it and be able to explain it confidently.
Hi, I'm Vatsal. Regarding mistakes to avoid in interview, I'd say that firstly, communicate openly and don't stay silent. Listening and talking goes both ways. Uh, Communicate what you have done and what you know instead of just answering the asked questions. Secondly, don't bluff. If you don't know something, say that honestly. Sometimes your text type doesn't match the interviewers. In that case, someone else might interview you, and it might be the best thing for you at that time. And finally, don't panic. If you get a tough question, take your time and think of it like a date over coffee. Ask for water, and if you still don't get it, just say it. You might get another question, and your interview time, which is fixed, will not get wasted. So that's me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Puneet Verma. All OOPS concepts are important, but the ones most commonly asked and tested in interviews are encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. These concepts matter because they will help us write clean, reusable, and well structured code. However, these alone are not enough. Interviewers may also check your understanding of classes and objects as they form the base of object oriented programming. Another important point is that interviewers usually do not expect complex or textbook definitions. Instead, they want to see whether you truly understand how these concepts work. That's why they often ask for real life examples. So it's important to understand OOPS concepts clearly and also know where and how they are applied in real world scenarios. Thank you.
Infosys mainly ask DSA questions, standard SQL queries, and the project that you have mentioned in the resume. First of all, for DSA, you have to given 2 to 3 questions. You have to tell about the approach and the edge cases. And second one, for the standard SQL queries, you have to given the table. You have to tell about the SQL queries, and sometimes you have to only write 2 to 3 SQL queries. And for the project, you have to tell about the follow up the project and the tech stack that have used and the difficulty you have the faced during the project. And some core CS subject like as operating system and database. For operating system, you have to know about the basics, memory basics, deadlocks, like as scheduling algorithms and bankers algorithm. And for the database, you have to like some questions, primary key, candidate key, composites key, and some basic topics of the database questions. That's
Hello guys, I am Harsh from BTech AML final year. The final answer does not show your ability to solve the problem. The way you are dividing the problem into multiple sub problems is more important because it shows your ability to divide the problem in a very structured manner, and it shows how efficiently you are dividing the problem and how efficiently you are using your brain to solve that particular problem. You can solve DSC profile questions by using brute force only, but it will not add any value to interviewer for that particular candidate. So I think you should more focus on what the problem is saying and how to tackle that problem by dividing into sub problems of that particular problem. So I think that's it, and you guys can practice DSA problem from many sources. All the best in your career.
First, you have to admit it honestly. Whenever you are trying to answer a question, never try to fake until you make it. In a technical interview or a client call, senior engineer can spot a bluff instantly. After that, demonstrating logical thinking. Even if you don't know the fact, you can show off your problem solving engine. Interview often care more about how you think than what you have memorized. After that, you have to answer the question clarify and what they have asked to you. After that, you have to handle every problem in easy way so that your hesitation will not be shown. Connect your skills, the skills that you are explaining to the interviewer, that he or she can directly understand. And after that, you have to structure your project explanations. In that, you have discussed your projects in detail and tell that how you work on them, and that's all. Thank you.